Welcome back into another episode of Hefe's World. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. But let's go ahead and get right into today's episode. I'm going to talk to you guys about a little bit of the NFL and what's going on. Recently, Travis Kelce has said he cannot go out like that after losing to the Philadelphia Eagles, and he will be back in 2025. So, what does that look like for Kansas City? In my personal opinion, I believe that team never really scared me last season. And I was telling somebody this, they should have lost to the Ravens first game of the season. Had that game have been played like a couple weeks later, they would have gotten smoked, absolutely smoked. And I believe that would have set the tone for the rest of the season, honestly. I just believe that the Chiefs this past season got a pretty much of almost a cakewalk of games in a sense. And it's just it was an unfortunate Super Bowl to watch, so I just hope that we get a better Super Bowl. With the NFL draft coming up as well, I will definitely bless y'all with my mock drafts coming up probably towards the end of next month, that being March. But as far as I want to talk to you guys about one player. Of course, his name Travis Hunter. Who else would I want to talk about right now? Um, in my personal opinion, he keeps talking about he wants to play two sides of the ball. I think I think these guys don't understand the real difference between the college level and the NFL level. And I do believe once he actually gets out on that field and he experiences the difference, I don't think he'll necessarily want to continue to play both sides of the ball. At the same time, you need to preserve your body in a way to be able to do this for X amount of time. And if you want to make X amount of money, you can't play 100% of the snaps. Let's be realistic. I get it. You're one hell of an athlete, and you definitely do an amazing job, and you're an amazing talent when you're on the field. You can definitely play both sides of the ball. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's time. I think it's time for you to understand that you need to pick a side, offense or defense. And I think that you could progress at either one of them. Um, I don't believe, and honestly, there's plays where you could get on the field for defensive if you're playing receiver, and there's times where you could get on the field for defense. I mean, for offense if you're playing defense corner. So it's really just up to the team that drafts you. But as far as the number one draft pick in this draft, I'm not gonna spoil my prediction on that right now. I'm gonna make y'all wait. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, and I'll bless y'all with that later. But as far as the rest of the NFL, I mean, I'm just it's just it just seems like it for the AFC side, it just seems like it's the Chiefs side to pretty much t for somebody to take over. And in my opinion, I felt like that should have been the Ravens this year. Uh, it's it's unfortunate to see the way that they went out in the playoffs. I mean, for me, the Ravens didn't get a chance to play Kansas City, so it's unfortunate. I personally believe that the Ravens would have smoked Kansas City, and it's unfortunate that Josh Allen just can't get it done against Kansas City. It's like Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs is his kryptonite. He just cannot beat that man in the playoffs. I don't get it. I don't want to continuously sit here and continue to blame the refs on these situations because it's not just the refs. There's all these players out on the field consistently for X amount of plays. It cannot just be the refs. They definitely mess up. There's a lot of plays that shouldn't be called. There's a lot of things that are wrong. But at the end of the day, there's X amount of plays, and certain guys got to step up eventually and make those plays. Um, so as far as the AFC goes, though, next year, I just can't see the Chiefs going back for a fourth year to the Super Bowl, especially not with the team that they have constructed. I do believe other teams should definitely step up and stand out next season. I'm curious to see teams like the Raiders, who were in last place at 4-13 last year, now with Tom Brady and with whoever else they decide to bring into that system. There's possibilities of Stafford coming over at quarterback. So with Brady there uh, at the helm to help out this team now, it's going to be very interesting to see the progression. And they're in Kansas City's division, so I'm curious to see how that goes. Um, the AFC North, another tough division that the Bengals unfortunately didn't make it out of last year at all. They started the season off very, very, very bad, and that contributed to the rest of the year. Uh, so it's unfortunate, but I will say the Browns, they're a terrible team, and I'm pretty sure that will continue. The AFC South will be the AFC South most likely once again with the Texans winning. And the East will be the East with the Bills, I'm sure, again winning. But I do believe the Patriots will probably play a little bit better next season. Um, I will say I will wait depending on their draft pick, but I do believe that they will flop places with the Jets next season. The Jets will probably move back to fourth, the Patriots at third, and then you'll still have Bills at one, and then the Dolphins at number two for next year. I don't think too much is really going to change as far as the other divisions as well as far as the standings go. Most of the standings will probably be the same. The Raiders will probably move up, maybe. I don't know. That division, the AFC West, though, next year will definitely be a division to watch if the Raiders get their things together because Bo Nix this last year was amazing. But let's go ahead and travel over to the NFC side of the bracket. Obviously, you guys see my team right here, the Cowboys. So you guys know. Uh, I am a Cowboys fan, but I'm also at the end of the day a realistic Cowboys fan. Last season we absolutely wore just dog shit, complete ass. There was no will to win games. There was no fire. There was nothing. So to sit here for me to sit here and say, yeah, we're gonna go out next season and we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. No, I don't. And until I see certain changes, I don't believe we are going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to be in the same position, maybe winning an extra game or two next season. But we'll see. I mean, honestly, in my personal opinion, I do believe that the Cowboys should go after Najee Harris and not Gentry in the draft. I do believe that we should use that first pick on maybe a run stopper, something that we actually need on our defense, or a receiver to complement CD Lamb, because those are things that we also need as well. And I do believe Najee Harris could be that missing piece. He's only 26 years old. And we still would have Rico Dow. I do believe that would be a great two-headed attack. My personal opinion, I just think Gentry is worn out, and he will get worn out earlier from his college carries. 30 plus a game, that doesn't look good to me. I'm sorry. As far as the Eagles and the Commanders, they will be what they are, just like last season. Great. I do expect them both to be back in the playoffs. I do expect them to both be back fighting for a Super Bowl. The Giants, I'm not even going to waste my breath. So let's go ahead and talk about the NFC North. The Lions, the Vikings, Packers, Bears. Man, that division is definitely going to be the best division in football next season. Once again, I'm sure. The Bears, they should definitely turn things around next year. They should, in my opinion, won at least like four more games. I feel like, but it is what it is at the end of the day. And the Bears are who they were. The Lions, man, I just at this point they kind of feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers to me. They're just an amazing regular season team that just gets. I don't know what happens to them in the playoffs. They just can't get it done. So maybe we'll get more of that out of them next year, or maybe we'll hopefully get more than just one playoff win, whatever the case may be. As far as the Vikings, it's going to be interesting to see. They still will always have Justin Jefferson there, so they'll have a prominent number one receiver. But who is going to be throwing the ball? That's going to be interesting. The Packers, they're going to be the Packers again next season with Jordan Love, so I'm not worried about them. As far as the division winner, it will most likely be the Lions again. As far as the NFC East, I'm not even going to give you all my prediction on that because I will be biased and say the Cowboys. So I'm going to leave that one to where it is. For the NFC South, we have the Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, and Saints, and I'm gonna try this again for the third year in a row, and I really really hope they don't disappoint me, and I'm just going to do this one more time. Hopefully the third time's the charm. I'm going to say the Falcons are going to win this division next year. My prediction on that may change as things progress, and I do this a little bit later. But that's just my prediction right now. I just want to see it. I want to see it. I think that's just a personal thing at this point. I just want to see the Falcons win that division. I don't even have a real reason for that. I just want to see it. But the Panthers, they should be better next season. The Saints, they should be better next season. I don't know if they'll get more wins next season or if they'll get just about the same, but they should be a better team overall next season. Tampa, we'll see. Baker, you never know what you'll get. They'll probably be about a 500 team next season. So as far as like I said, the division winner, I want to see the Falcons win that division next season. As far as the NFC West, the last division here in the football stratosphere that I have not talked about, the 49ers. I want to talk about them first. They were absolutely disappointing last season. 6-11. I don't expect that again next year. Fourth place schedule. I don't expect that again next year. They have to play the Giants. I don't expect that again next year. Um, They'll probably win this division next year. I'm just going to go out here and say it right now. The Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, just be on the lookout for the 49ers revenge for next season because I believe they may be on they may be on a revenge tour, but I could also be wrong. They're going to lose Debo Samuels, so it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with that. And the Rams, they hopefully will still be a good team. The Cardinals, they still have Kyler, so again, I don't believe in Kyler, so that's another 5,500 team. Geno Smith, maybe the Seahawks win this division actually next year. I'll say this, if the 49ers don't grab enough pieces, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks to win this division next year. I believe in Geno. They didn't write back. So I'm gonna go with that right there. But yeah, I will definitely hit y'all with some more predictions and stuff. The mock drafts, they coming soon, about a month away. The draft is about 2 months away from now. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll make sure to hit y'all with some more content down the line. Just remember, this is Hefe's World, and you're just living in it.